Yep. All right, so we're on to the next topic here, and it is on to the contract of George Kittle. I just want to read a statement of what his agent said, and he goes, quote, right now there is not a comp for George. He's unique. He's a unicorn. He's one of a kind. So that's a problem for both sides. Not a problem, it's actually a challenge. And in the tight end position, the tight end economy is draconian and it's outdated. It's just it's just not fair for any of these great tight ends, not just George, but all of them, to have to adhere to it or to be tied to numbers that haven't moved in 6 years. It's just not fair. They shouldn't be punished for it. What do you think about George Kittle being called a unicorn?
Well, it brings up the age-old argument of, and again, anybody in the NFL, I believe, has talent, so I'm not arguing talent here.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to ask yourself, is he a product? And we've asked this about Tom Brady. Is he a product of the system that he is in? And when you have a team like the 49ers that have the strengths they have, and yep, they might lean heavily on you at times, but you're dealing again. You're part of a system that works very well. If he goes, if a tight end goes to a sub 500 team and starts playing for them, is he really going to elevate them 5 games or whatever? You know, how much is he going to elevate them in a given season?
Yeah, no
And I
position does
think
that other than the quarterback. There's no
right,
position.
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's no position that you all of a sudden you upgrade there and now you're a 10-win team when you were a 6-win team. Like there's
Right, and that's
nobody
that,
but the quarterback.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's why the the money works the way it does. Quarterbacks get paid a lot of money because you have a good quarterback, it's going to potentially add wins to your, excuse me, your season. You know, running backs don't get paid a lot of money in most cases because a lot of them think like they're a dime a dozen, and there's always standouts. Don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, running backs don't make that much money. I was looking at the average salary for tight ends. I'm trying to figure out if this was. I think this is based on last year, but the average uh, salary of a tight end is 5 million. I think the top paid guy is like 10 point something million.
Yeah, I have right here the
So that
highest paid right now is Austin Hooper, who just signed a deal. He signed a 4 year, 42 million, so 10.5 a year, and 23 million guaranteed.
yeah, now if you want to give him some guaranteed money, um, that's fine. What I think is going to happen is if he's let's say just for argument's sake that he's thinking 15 million, the 49ers are going to go. Thank you for your service. He's going to go somewhere else. They're going to pay him the money, and then he's going to be in a different program, and he may not make that much of a difference. And the team that picks him up, I think, is going to regret now setting the bar to a new level for tight ends. Because if he makes 15, then you know the next guy that comes along, he's going to want 16, and they're
Mm-hmm.
going to go the route of all the other superstar players. And I don't
So
think,
what I think they should do. Well, first of all, let's just go with this. I just want to bring that up. So I already brought what the highest paid player is now. George Kittle is way better than Austin Hooper. He's one of the best blocking tight ends, or the best blocking tight end probably in the league, and he can run routes and catch passes. He was the highest rated player according to Pro Football Focus in the entire league. So he's almost always in the right position of where he's supposed to be, always doing the job the way it's supposed to be done. He's a freak. He's amazing. Like he is the best tight end. Also, the tight
okay,
end. Okay.
I'm sorry, let me just stop you there for a second. Do you not think that that has anything to do with the fact that the 49ers were in the Super Bowl last year?
No, because 2 seasons ago he was what a number three tight end in statistical, number two statistical tight end, and he was on a 5-11 Niners team. Like this guy is legit.
Well, I just said said he was the highest rated. Were you saying the highest rated tight end or the highest rated player?
Oh no, he was the highest
Did you
rated
say both?
player in the league. You're talking
Okay,
about
and that was last.
Football Focus?
Well, I'm sorry, but you just said the highest rated player in the league,
Mm-hmm.
and I was saying I thought that was last year, and I think
It
that
is
that
last
has
year.
something to. Okay, and I think that has something to do with the fact that they made it to the Super Bowl. What rank was he in the league the year before when they were 5-11. I bet you he wasn't in the top 25.
I don't
Maybe I'm
know.
wrong.
But Pro Football
it's a
Focus
5-11.
doesn't go off of like just whether you're winning games or not. They look at every single play and judge you on every single play based on what they believe you're supposed to be doing, what position you're supposed to be in, and then they also add in statistical analysis at like as well. But they literally go through every single play and judge you on every single play, give you a grade for every single play, and then they average it out. So a Pro Football Focus grade is actually pretty good at singling you out as what are you doing for your team. So not just because you're on a good team are you going to get high grades. It's like they single you out individually.
Right, and I understand what you're saying, and I'd be
Yeah.
curious to where he rated over 5-11. But also keep in mind, if you're 5-11, then he's probably not making 80-some catches, or maybe he did. Maybe I guess that was his first year. I guess he made.
That was his second. That was his second season, and then this last season was his third season, because he's going into his final year of his rookie contract this year, which is a 4-year deal.
Yeah, I just wanted to look up his career stats. So actually, yeah, in 2018 he made 88 catches. So he actually had a better year than 88 he did in 18 than he did in 19. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, 19 he had a couple of games of injury, so he was like per game basis. I believe that he was a better tight end last year than he was the year before. But he had a couple of games, especially going into the last year. If you had him on your fantasy football team, you were basically won the championship. He was going berserk.
Yeah, what was the guy for New Orleans? That was
Rob Gronkowski.
No. New Orleans Saints. The guy,
Marquise Colston.
Yeah, he was listed as a tight end, but he was a wide receiver, and you racked up the points if you had him, because I know I had him on a team.
Yeah.
And I got to play him in tight end, but he was getting wide receiver numbers. So,
yeah, all right. Well, I want to also go back to this point. The tight end position is an extremely important position. Not the quarterback level position, but it's still an extremely important position. And if you have a guy that can run block extremely well and be a great route runner and pass catch, it's a play caller's dream to make it so that it's another way that you can have the defense off balance. Are we running the ball here or are we passing the ball here? I can do both with George Kittle in here. Obviously, with Redskins fans, we could not do both with Jordan Reed in the game. He was a freak in the pass catching. Couldn't block worth a lick. Couldn't hold. Like, he would always hold. Always get called. But, so I think that this guy, if there's any tight end worth it in the league, him and Travis Kelce are the two. Right? And so, this is the contract that I thought of. And because I don't necessarily think it's a per year basis, what I'm starting to learn is that the NFL players really, all they really care about is that guaranteed money.
The guaranteed money.
Yep. So, the highest right now is at $23 million, guaranteed. What I would pay George Kittle is a 5-year deal, $60 to $65 million. So that's between $12 and $13 million a year. $40 million guaranteed. I would almost double what Austin Hooper got, and I wouldn't look back. If you could get away with that.
What is that? Are we up in the wide receiver now, or where does that put him in the category of?
No, wide receiver numbers, the great ones are getting like between 15 and 17 million.
But and as we talked about, the guarantee is the big thing. So, $40 million. What kind of player is right now getting $40 million guaranteed, regardless of what the numbers are?
You know, I didn't look into that. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what the guaranteed money is for receivers right now. I don't know what they're. I'd have to look it up. I don't know what they're getting these days.
Pure stat. It's not like something that somebody normally follows, but I just thought that.
Yeah. But no, that's what I would pay George Kittle. I think he's going to be worth it. And if you can get that deal, I think you're getting a steal. And if he wants a little bit more per year and he get up to 14, even 15 million, I say you pay this guy because he is fantastic for your team. Hard worker, extreme, like he's a little bit crazy actually. If you listen to him talking in interviews and everything, he may not have a completely right screwed on head, but he's still a good guy.
Rob Gronkowski, right?
Maybe a little bit like Rob, yeah. But he's still a good guy, and he's extremely hard worker, and all he does is perform. Like, as I said, extremely willing blocker, also a fantastic blocker, and he's put up huge numbers as far as a receiving tight end. So if you can get this contract, I would.
So here's just a question, just throwing the question out there. If the 49ers don't have Kittle on their team next year, how do you think that affects their record?
Affects their record?
You know,
it might lose them a game.
Okay. I was just trying to put it in the perspective of, okay, if the 49ers play hardball, and I'm not saying they should, but if they decide, you know what, no, we're not paying you that much money, you've lost, what is going to be the bottom line effect on them that says, oh, okay, fine, you let me go, now this is what you're going to suffer.
I'll tell you right now, their play caller is going to be very upset. Kyle Shanahan and whoever their offensive coordinator over there is not going to be happy to lose out on George Kittle. Because they will feel it. They will feel it hard. That it's going to be much easier to play them on offense. It still might be going to be difficult, but it will be significantly easier to play without George Kittle because he is that important to an offense.
No, and I wasn't asking that question on the merit of it. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm very choked up apparently tonight, but I wasn't arguing on the merit of it. But okay, 49ers were 13-3 last year. Mm-hmm. If you're saying it costs them a game, and they end up at 12-2 or 12-4, they're still in the playoffs. I was just wondering what would the effect be? And I'm not saying they should or they will. It was just a question of, so what if they decided, no, we'll give you $30 million guaranteed, $10 million more than the next tight end, and we'll give you $11.5 million a year. And Kittle goes, no, I can get more of that on the. Like they don't necessarily insult him, but they don't raise him to that high pedestal that you're talking about. Like, hey, we just blew out the guaranteed money for a tight end by $10 million. So we're not telling you suck, but we're not going to go as high as you want.
That would probably be closer to what I would say the guaranteed money is for a 4-year deal. So if they do a 4-year deal instead of a 5-year deal, then yeah, it'd probably be in that 30 to 33 million, somewhere in there. And guaranteed. Right. I would want him locked up on my team as long as possible. I think he's good. And this would get him to the contract to around 31, 32 years old. He'd be set with money with $40 million. That's life-changing money, generational money. And he's on a great team, so you have a guy that's going to enjoy himself on this team. So I think it would be good for Kittle to not want any more than this, and I think it's a fantastic play for all sides.
I just think it. And just put one final note on it that I think sometimes what these players realize, and right or wrong, that teams want a little bit of recognition that, or not a meet in the middle necessarily, but not you're not going to bend us over a barrel and try to ring us for every money or every bit of money you can get just because if we don't give it to you, you can go to the team over there and they're going to give it to you. I think teams get slighted on that a little bit. So to have some bit of, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
if he wants the mega money, he can hold out and some other team's going to give it to him.
100%.
So that's the last point I'll make on it. But,
yep. Awesome. All right.
As much as you can. I am not a hater on players making money. I just want to clarify.
Yep. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. The like button is on this side for mobile. If you have any of your own thoughts or questions, comment down below. We may just answer it next video. Thanks. See ya.